today we're going to talk a little bit about agent development. So, this is more for team leaders and brokerage owners and just people that want to help agents produce. So, and this is something, just to be transparent, that we are in the middle of this transformation. I know that I'm not as effective as a leader as I want to be. So we are diving in and learning how to do this better and learning from team leaders, and just wanted to share it with you in case anyone else is working on the same things. But really, I mean, the goal is to help develop them as people, as humans, and not just focus on their production. And we'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. But, and then also to build systems around it so that we're not starting from scratch with each agent. We kind of have some systems and automations in place and processes that we go through with each one. Because honestly, if we want to do this and scale this, our agents are our future, whether we have a team, a brokerage, a downline, or whatever. And so we'll kind of talk about a 90-day framework for agent success as well. Awesome. Okay, why agents fail. And this really goes beyond just teams, but oftentimes I heard this and it's really true. How agents join is why they leave, if there's some negative stuff in there, so or why they stay. So if there's no onboarding structure and it's confusing and overwhelming, they may also leave because they're feeling confused and overwhelmed. Um, And yeah, there's a lot of churn and a lot of options for agents. So we just need to implement systems to make everything go a little bit smoother and so that it's not all on us. Another thing that is more difficult than I thought, but accountability systems. So weekly check-ins, we all need it. We all need a coach. We all need some accountability. And whether we want it or not, like it helps. Accountability is the highest form of love, and I need it too. And it's just wanting to help each other be better. It's not, oh my gosh, shame, guilt, all of that. It's just like, what modifications do we want to make for next week's plan? What happened? Why or why not? And where we can kind of shift and get better. And then not enough information to take action. Everyone is different with some of us are like, quick start, just tell me what to do and I'll figure it out. And some people need a lot of information and scenarios and scripts in order to pick up the phone and feel prepared to make calls. So there's a balance in there of you need enough information to get started, but you're really going to learn. The only way you're going to learn and improve is by taking the action and making the calls. But script practice is great. Hearing from other agents, the wins and how long they're following up before things close is also just amazing. It helps other agents understand that the actions that they're doing are actually working for other agents. If they make the calls, it's going to work. If you do the work, it works, you know? And so it is difficult and it is a new skill to learn. So it does take some iterations, but also just to have some scripts in front of you can be really comforting and help. All right. So the 90-day agent development plan, month one is really about learning the new systems on your team, at your brokerage, whatever. They need to learn how to navigate at least the basics in the CRM, how to follow up with leads or their sphere, or just their daily action items, their core five that are going to help them close deals and scripts. So, really, just about building that power hour, those habits that are going to convert into closings eventually. And then month two, we can really get into the next step of the process. So, booking calls, consults, asking for the appointments, and then what do we do when we get in front of people? So, just getting a couple steps ahead of where they are so that they're not feeling lost, and then actually fulfilling and converting the leads. So, what does it look like when your buyer picks a house? That's great. You close them, they signed a buyer rep, and now they actually want a house. How do we get that to the closing line? And what do we do? And all the millions of steps along the way. Um, and then again, role play for those phone calls in order to get them to the listing and buyer consultations and to get the buyer or listing agreement signed. And month three is really about how to do that more efficiently and at scale. So we got one, great. We don't want one a quarter though. We want one a month or two a month or whatever it is. So is there another marketing funnel? Um, are there some referral partners, some vendors, some other agents in other areas we could add? What lead sources do we want to focus on and add and nail? And then also, depending on where the agent is, if they're brand new, how much time they have, think about building things that are scalable. What would happen if you had twice as many conversations each day? Would you be overwhelmed? Would it be awesome? What if you had an appointment a day? How would that look? So, if you doubled appointments and if you doubled closings, how does that look? And then you can get into the really fun stuff like how can you do more? Do you need a showing assistant, show me, stuff like that? And so, as a team leader, it's good to just have this cadence and this weekly rhythm of what we're doing and how we're helping agents. So, how we're showing up for them. So, just short little one on one 10-minute powwows with each agent to ask them how things are going, ask them, what clicked, what flopped, what's next. But really, just sometimes people don't feel comfortable sharing in a group environment. And sometimes, I mean, it's just good to chat one on one. So, whether one on ones are weekly or monthly or bi weekly, just have some kind of regular one on ones. I like to do longer ones every quarter, either as a group or one on one. And then figure out your group training. Is it in person? Is it on Zoom? This is really just meat and potato skills. So, whatever it is, listings, buyers, open houses, social media, talking to leads, just dive in and give them real tactical stuff that they can go back and watch and look into and dive into more, and that will really help them with however they want to build their business. And then the weekly role play. We have like a weekly just call where we check in and we'll do a role play with a different type of lead. So, and I like to play devil's advocate and be the difficult lead because it happens. And so if you are used to it, you're not going to be completely thrown off when it happens. But if you're calling around an open house or calling your sphere or calling an internet buyer lead or seller lead or FISBO, kind of role play what questions you could get and how to keep digging and asking discovery questions and just how to run those calls and keep them on the phone and build rapport. And then how to see what's working. So we have to measure stuff. If we're calling, we have to measure the number of calls. If we're going on appointments, we have to master how many people are showing up, like appointments set versus appointments met, and then how many agreements we're getting signed after those appointments. Because then we can really dive into the data, figure out where we have an opportunity for growth and double your conversion wherever it's needed. And that will just really be motivating to people when they are closing twice as many appointments because it's a lot of work to get in front of those people and actually meet them at the appointment. So at that point, we really gotta close them if we can. And then coaching versus mentoring. Coaching is, helping them with what to do, guiding them, giving them the skills, helping with goal setting, you know, athletes with a playbook of winning strategies. And mentoring as well is like, showing them what worked for you, and really getting to know them, like developing them as agents without the pressure of a game clock. Coaching is like, all right, I need to write an offer. What do I do? But all agents need both at different times in their life and different times in the transaction. So just I try to ask a lot of questions so I can show up exactly how they need. Do you want a deep dive right now, or do you just want to know the answer? Do you want me to show you, hop on Zoom, show you screen share, what do you need? And then scoreboards and incentives. Most salespeople, I know it's kind of surprising, are a bit competitive. So gamifying things, putting points to it, making all the scoreboards public can really help people um, just number one, see that people are taking the actions and actually crushing it. Like if he can do it, I can do it. And then it shows them that it works. So it can help people do more. It's not, like I said, guilt or shame or anything like that. It's just like, hey, we want to know your why. We want you to get there. We want to help you. This is how you'll get there. So celebrating each other publicly, agent of the week, agent of the month, and then offering rewards. If let's have a call night and the most conversations wins $500 or whatever it is. So monthly challenges, weekly challenges, um, and just tying a fun reward to it is also a great way to work on the things that you need to work on as a team. So I know we're almost halfway through February. That's crazy. But just as a challenge, schedule some one-on-ones with the agents that, either are leaning in and showing up, top producers. These are even more fun for me because I just sit and look at where their business came from, if they want to add something else or if they want to double down on what's actually working. Just kind of whiteboard out where they want to be and how we can help them get there. And then identify their growth blocker. So a lot of times this is mindset stuff and confidence. Like we know what to do. We have the resources. Sometimes it's time management and just letting your day get away from you. But yeah, what would move the needle the most? If we fixed one thing, what would help just to double your production? Do you need better follow-up? Do you need more leads? What would help the most? And then, sometimes we don't have a magic wand, but we can help work out a plan to get there. And then help build them out a personal quarterly plan. One big goal that would move the needle the most, one habit that would help them get there, and one daily action item KPI target. So quarterly plans are amazing. And it's like every week, every month, we get a chance to start over and do better. It's like a blank slate. I love it. I love new beginnings. And then really just talk to other team leaders and talk to, our brokerage, we have a teams division and the leaders in that because they talk to team leaders all day. So I like to ask, if you were building a team, what would you do? How would you do it? What do you see that works? What systems are being successful to help everything run smoothly? And if you don't have a 90-day like quick start roadmap to help your agents really get into production as fast as possible, there are lots out there and we need to get one because if agents don't produce, they're going to quit. They're not going to want to pay their MLS fees and stay on the team and keep taking actions. I mean, if they're taking the actions, they should produce, but you know what I mean? If they, even if it doesn't cost you that much money, it costs time. And if agents aren't selling houses, they're going to leave. So that's all I have today. If you guys want to talk about it, please don't hesitate to reach out. But good luck out there developing agents. And remember, we're just helping them with personal development mostly. They're humans. They most likely need confidence, need some encouragement. And like, I always think about what I would need. If I'm not doing it at home, do I need to meet up with someone at a title company and we can do it together? Do we need to share ideas and social media prompts and stuff? Like, what would help me? And that's more than likely going to help some of your agents as well. All right. I hope you guys have the best day. And I'm here if you need anything. Jess Smith Austin. Bye.